1 minute late. I apologize to you guys. How's everybody doing? The whole chat's here. We got Mikey Mukai, Devin 33, Marshall, Stevie G, Rafi. The whole crew's here. Where is Black Ross? Slow Fit, what up, bud? New here, what up? David, welcome to the party. What's happening, Big Brown crew? What up, guys? What up? Everyone's jumping on. Gemma, what up, girl? Happy Tuesday to you. I almost said Thursday. Every day feels the same. Comic Cody, what up? Big Dog Rhyme, what up? We got the whole crew from Fight Camp here, boys, from Orange County, ladies and gentlemen. Jake says, what the heck, man? 1 minute late. I can't believe you. Yeah, I know, dude. Jay Snag, greetings, sir. Big Brown from Liverpool. What up? Slowfit says, legend has it they've never seen Black Ross and Jim Miller in the same room, right? Stay weird. What up? Stephanie says, love Fight Camp. Me too. Me too. I'll tell you what, football start up for the boys. Their official practice was yesterday, both my 6-year-old and 10-year-old, and I'm the coach for the 10-year-old team. It was 102 on that turf. We had some kiddos, you know, it got hot. I'll say that. It got hot. We got to bring some more water and ice today. So we're cooking, though. Let's get into it, ladies and gentlemen. What do you guys got today? Everyone's good? Everyone is good. Good afternoon. Someone said, sup, Earth Angels. Where are we at? Keep going down, Chin.
That's the bottom right there.
Got it. Cody says, we all going with Layla as our new welterweight champ, right? Not mad at it. Abe says, anyone else play B's rant on Ian Garry on loop? Put that before bed to soothe me. Yeah, Ian Garry, dude. Oof. Oof. Jose says, hey, B, you should make your version of a big gulp and sell it on the website. That's not a bad idea, brother. Big Dog Ryan says, let's go on Ian again. We kind of lit him up yesterday. I'm still a fan of him, but he's making it tough, man. Ian is making it tough. SB Youngbloods, that rant was legendary. Yeah, I just posted a clip of that on my social media. We'll see how it goes. I'll probably get a little blowback because I said that show was cucks. I don't know them. So I feel bad for that. They might be good guys. I don't know. But I didn't like when they agreed with them on certain stuff. That made me mad. Jay Snag said, you made me piss my shorts and work with that rant on Ian, bro. Thank you, sir. Jimmy, we're all here. Yep. Big Bad says, kids started football yesterday too, coaching this year, and will definitely seeing some kids that's been drinking some sodas, right? So we started like a month earlier. So there's about 12 kids on the team who are like football in shape ready. Those other 10 kids, struggle city. But they'll get there. I looked at my coaches yesterday, halfway through practice, I went, we got some work to do. Jesse on a little vacay in Pensacola Beach, that's Florida, I assume, found some time for Big Brown. AJ versus Fury, who you got after what we saw this past weekend? God, what do we got? We're getting the fight 5 years too late, and that's being generous. Fury's my favorite combat sports athlete in his heyday. I still side towards Fury. They both look bad, man. Yeah. AJ getting dropped twice. Slow Fit. Did you see Ryan Garcia's interview with Ariel? Seems he'll be with Zuffa after his last fight with Golden Boy. Makes sense. Big Dog Ryan. Do we know if Conor got a surgery yet? Do we know what's going on with his leg at all? Again, Conor's not a dumb dude. So him posting that video, him doing leg extensions, I don't know. I've never seen anybody with torn ACL do leg extensions. I'm not saying he's not hurt. I get skeptical hippo eyes. Sam, welcome to the party. Slowfit says, thoughts on our boy Darren Till versus the Cuban experiment on BKFC. Buddy, you guys know I love me some Darren Till. Yoel Romero's a freak. God, that's a good fight. BKFC's killing it, man. I probably side towards Darren Till just because Father Time has to catch up to Yoel Romero at some time, right? David Jones says, got 3 fighters I'm coaching for an AMI card. They will be fighting in the aircraft hangar on the local Air Force base. All of them are active duty. What do you think is the most important thing to work? A good jab and not to be overzealous, and be smart with your cardio. Marshall says Garcia dog walks Ben. Agree. Gamma Girl, I watched probably 2 hours total of Sean Ryan's with Sean Strickland interview. It was great. He does read a lot of ads. He does. That means he's crushing it. I was listening to Sean Ryan with Sean Strickland yesterday and this morning. Buddy, you cannot not listen to that and feel for Sean Strickland, especially when you have kids. The way he grew up, man, you're like, oh, my God, that poor kid. That poor kid. Thank God he made something of his life. It's a heavy listen. I'll say that. Now, as he gets past his upbringing, obviously it's the Sean Strickland we know and love, and he's saying outlandish shit. But when he's talking about his childhood and his dad yelling at him, and he's a little kid in kindergarten, it's tough. It's a heavy listen. You can't feel and have a soft spot for Sean Strickland. And you're like, oh, this is why the way he is. I get it. That poor little kid. Dan _ thank you for your donation. Yo, B, what's a fast car in your opinion? A 2016 Audi S5 Stage 2 with about 600 horsepower, 0 to 60 in 3.2, and high 10s in the quarter mile. It's my daily, so much fun. That'd be everything's fast these days. Like 600 horsepower, we've become so kind of we're just used, like speed's not really the indicator. Everything's fast. Like 600 horsepower car is fucking awesome, dude. But now the standard's like 1,000 horsepower. You don't need 1,000 horsepower. A 600 horsepower daily driver S5 is awesome, dude. Good for you, brother. Love the ride. Comic Cody says, been working since 9 a.m. yesterday. Thank God for Diet Cokes and BBC. Big Brown Club, right? Not the other BBC. Not the BBC Callen likes. There you go. Justy says, yeah, what the F is up with Conor? Now I read something. He is blaming the dry ice now. Oh, buddy. That's not good. Is he really? Cody, is there possibly a new, less invasive way to replace? Let me know what you're talking about. Oh, I see what you're saying. With the ACL, it's definitely better, but there would be heavy swelling if you had torn ACL. Heavy swelling. Like when you tear a meniscus or if you strain ACL, I'm talking heavy swelling, dude. Those knees should not look the same. UFC Night Girl says, my snout is out with Conor's knee. Yeah, me too. Thank you, Mikey. Nelson, I heard that Dustin Poirier has lost an endorsement with Bud Light. They said it was because of the N-word, but is it possible that's because he said he has a drinking problem? I definitely think it's for the N-word. That's probably a no-go for most sponsors. There's going to be some repercussions. I just think the brands would go so much further if Bud Light came out and said, hey, we don't condone what Dustin Poirier did, but we're sticking by him. Maybe don't have him plastered all over the brand, but you're still working with him, if that makes sense. Yeah, Jesse, you're right. That's fine. Dustin doesn't need a Bud Light sponsor if he's getting sober. There's also that. But don't they have a non-alcoholic beverage?
I think
So
so,
make him the face of that. Mills Skills says, brother is putting a 1-year-old son in gymnastics. Thoughts on this? He can barely walk right now. Yeah, one's a little early. One's a little early for anything. Even 4 is a little early. Slowfit says, yeah, but Dustin's made it make sense why he would want a Bud Light sponsorship when he's trying to not drink in. Yep. But again, they have a non-alcoholic branch of that. Why not make Dustin the face of that while he's getting sober? Gilmore Girl says, totally agree. She's talking about Sean Strickland. The haters can't relate, so they just immediately hate. I feel so much empathy for the guy. It's a privilege not to be able to relate to his life. Agree. Big Bad says, yes, listen to the Strickland podcast. Definitely see why he does what he does, right? Can you imagine that childhood? Rafi says, let's say if Justin beats Arman in the same fashion as Paddy and Ilya, would that be more impressive than Ilya's KO run of Alex, Max, and Charles? If Justin beats Arman? Yeah, I'd say so, especially because he's not in his prime. It's more impressive. David Johnson, will Ian's distant management be too much for Islam to get into the clinch or the hips for takedowns? It's going to be a challenge. We'll see what he's doing, but it's going to be a challenge, and that's why I do like Ian's chances. Comic Cody, watch all the Strickland interview. He keeps saying he's a loser. I want Sean Ryan to tell him to stop saying he was a loser. Favorite fighter. Agree. Love Sean Strickland. Nixick says before every single fight, Sean thinks he's going to lose. And that's probably why he wins. You know what I'm saying? Like, he never gets too high on his horse. That's what makes Strickland a champion. But that mentality of thinking you're going to lose all the time and you're a loser, once he gets done fighting, can be tough to navigate. I'll say that. Omar, Sean Ryan and Sean Strickland pod was awesome. Sean Ryan did a great job and made the conversation really great. Very down to earth and knowledgeable. Super good, man. Yep, it's good. Patrick Martinez, how'd you like the Wagoneer? I recently got a 2022 with a V8 Beast family car. Great family car. Loved it. K Nitty, welcome to the party. Devin33, music playlist. Any artists you're stuck on right now? No. The only time I listen to music is when my kids are in the car, so whatever they want. I only listen to podcasts. Marshall says, Brendan, 2 things. I've been training. 2, I'll keep Callen busy. I'm sure you would, bud. ALC says, the Conor video is a bummer. Think anyone will be still interested if he fights again after all this? Yeah. He's, he did so much in his heyday. He'll always be a draw, but it's getting tough. Comic Cody says, Dustin didn't use a hard R. People are so sensitive. But if you're Bud Light, I don't think they care. Big Rich, I think Ian Gary's wife might have made that one wish list to make him act this way. It's more than cringe. It's tough. Paddy says, sorry I'm late, gang. Driving to pick up my foster daughter now. Good for you, brother. All good. Cody, yeah, I had an ACL and meniscus replaced, and the recovery sucked, especially the first 3 months. Maybe Conor's money pays for a new kind of surgery. There'll still be swelling. Jimmy Waitsing skipped over mine. I didn't see yours, brother. Send it again. Give him a girl. Sean Ryan is an excellent interviewer. Sean was easily distracted, and Sean Strickland did so dang good reeling it back in. Yeah, he did. Jumpin' Dad says, Sub G, sorry I'm late. You're good, brother. Mikey Mukai, B, from yesterday, you've partnered with a ton of brands over the years. Are there any products you continue to use or wish you still had possible sponsorship with? The ones I continuously use, like Black Buffalo, then peptides. Like, I just signed a deal with Merrick because they're pharmaceutical based and there's so much fluff out there. Man, I don't have any regrets on ones I wish I still had. Dan, thank you for a donation. Do you have any fast cars still or just truck guy now? Ian is so bad at PR. The women run the world take is nuts. Much love, bro. I got to get to work. Yeah. No, I'm going to buy a car probably end of the year. I'm a big C6 guy. I'm looking at the Porsche Panamera Turbo, the Gran Turismo wagon. I'll straight pipe it, down pipes, bigger turbos. Jay Snag, just going through past MMA strikers, bro. Who has more power, Vanderlei Silva or Manoff? Oof. I'll take Vanderlei. I think Manoff is more explosive, but I think pound for pound, Vanderlei. Die good. Thank you for your donation. Aaron Pico versus Tommy Guns. Who you pick? Pico right now, bro. He has too much experience, and his wrestling would be a problem. Tomcat MMA. Hey, B. What's the hardest shot you took in a fight or in training? Shane Carwin hit me pretty hard a few times. But the hardest shot I can remember is Alexander Gustafsson hit me with a straight right that really rocked my world. Rye Barnvarn, he doesn't listen to music like D'Elia now. No, it's not that. I still listen to music, but I usually have so much to catch up on. Right? I do so many podcasts. I need knowledge. I need takes. I need to be up to date on what's going on. So I'll listen to certain podcasts for that, especially on Fighting the Kid. Bub's Luxury Raps. Does Ian dig deep and think of all his Disney movies and inspire him to win? I hope not. Otherwise, he can get his ass whooped. Gemma Girl, what did you do to Black Ross, Stonah? Yeah, where's Black Ross, man? He might just be busy, right? The Cleaner, sup everyone, 14 minutes late. Better late than never, brother. Slowfit, does Arman losing to Kobe lose his hype at all, or doesn't matter because it's wrestling? It doesn't really matter. He just needs to fight. He needs to fight. K Nitty, I know you're not a Mustang guy, but I just inherited a 2016 GT50. What's the first thing you would do to it? I would do, if you're trying to make like power, E85 conversion, depending what state you live in, and I'd do a Whipple 3.0 on it. Tofar, hey B, since you just got back from Cali, why no collabs with Donut, Big Time, or Speed? I think those would be fire. I didn't have much time out there. I don't know the guys at Donut too well. The guy, Big Time, those are my boys. Speed, I don't know them at all. And I was there to shoot with Autotopia with my Hummer, but it'd be nice to do something with them. I don't have contacts at Donut. I don't know them. I'm a fan, but I don't know them. TOMMS, welcome to the party. The Cleaner, just saw Arman booked a submission grappling match against Indian Influencer. All this and no Charles announcement. He's doing everything but fighting. I assume he's on that LA card. Let's hope. Dan, Jesus Christ, thank you for your donation. What's your dream car or truck? Truck would be a Shelby Super Duty, the new ones for truck. Dream car would be a Ford GT, 2006 GT, silver with black stripes. Or a C6 ZR1 with less than 15,000 miles in the devil blue. T. Toms. What's your theory on Conor's knee? How's he doing leg curls? I do not know. I'm going to give Conor the benefit of the doubt. He's not dumb enough to post a video of him doing leg extensions. I think he was hurt. I don't know if it's as bad as we think, though. I'll say that. The Cleaner goes to your point. If these guys only fight in a year, a certain part of the world. Correct. After show, but later. I love all the content that you and Joe been putting out. Thanks, man. It's usually all her ideas. Paddy says, does Conor need to come out and fully document this knee injury so everyone knows he's not fake it for the bag? It'd be nice if he posted like him with a doctor going through everything. He doesn't need to do anything at his level, but it'd be nice. Abe, Yo B, when is the Autotopia podcast and vid coming out? Did Drive Fast All Gas marathon the other day. Thanks, brother. The podcast is out. I just put it on my story. The video, I'm not sure. They're looking for additional content from the team, so I assume in the next week or two. Captain 420, I felt weird about Conor's knee since it happened. Usually a fighter will come out and say what the injury is and show a pic of it. How often does a fighter get hurt and wait for surgery? Especially at his level. Agree. Paddy, sorry guys. Got to go. Dad life. Catch up on the audio. Thanks, brother. Appreciate you, Paddy. Devin33, how was Sean and Autotopia? Dream to get with him on one of my builds. He's a man. You guys ever talk about his crash? Oh, all the time. All the time. He's dealing with something in regarding that crash. He'll tell you about it. Yeah, he's the best. He's the best. Those are my guys. SB Youngblood, your life is busy. I've missed some shows due to life. Summer's busy as fuck. I know, dude. J. Luke, Black Ross just run late. Don't worry. ALC, plan on taking that Hummer off-roading? Maybe not your thing, but the old Mojave Road is great trail. Different types of terrains, good times. I'd be down. I just got to find the time. Mills, there's no way Arman gets a title shot at this point. You got to think. Nope. He's one away. If he were to destroy Charles Oliveira in L.A., that would give him a title shot. Patrick Rose, man, I want to be one of the names you wonder where I'm at. Yeah, let's do it, man. Comic Cody says, bring Ian to Disney and forget in my Dagestani accent. Slowfit, what's your thoughts on Tom Brady, Logan Paul beef? That's about as real as Ian Garry's shtick right now. Jake, the Ian McCuckled fairy rant was hilarious, but gardening is low-key really nice. Not gonna lie, dude, I love me some gardening. I got 40 plants coming on Thursday that I cannot wait for. It's all I think about. I love me some plants. At Smitty, what up, guys? Cody, a lifted S10. Those are sick. Comic Cody, hit the like, peeps. Please do. Rye Barnvan, did you ever see that Take Chael had on you? He was talking about your boxing and footwork and it was very complimentary. Was this after you retired when he said that? I haven't seen it. I love Chael to death. He was there during my camp when I came to LA or when I came to Orange County. I haven't seen the take, but I think he's alluding to, so, you know, I make zero excuses. I don't regret anything. But when I left Trevor Whitman's camp and came to LA, I got a whole new coach that was just boxing, so it completely revamped my style. And then I had a fight lined up. So I didn't have time to figure out what worked and what didn't. So that's when you saw me doing a lot more grappling than boxing because I wasn't comfortable. It made it tough, especially when you're at that level. So, you know, you're fighting Ben Rothwell. You're fighting Matt Mitrione. You're fighting Travis Brown. You're fighting Andrei Arlovsky. I didn't have time to tune it in and really figure out what worked. It was tough, brother. It was tough. Very, very tough. Cody says, Disney is darker than Ian Garry. Disney's super dark. Especially if you look at the origins of Walt Disney. Look into it. Doc Salas, Schaub, I'm so happy for your growth and how you reinvented yourself on this show. Thanks, brother. Sticky Icky Ricky, if Ryan beats Ben, signs with Zuffa, do we get Ryan versus Shakur? Ooh, I like that. Die Good, thank you for your donation. What grade you letting the boys out on the pads on? Is public school better for sports, football, baseball, big in Texas? I thought baseball was huge here because my boys said, you know, they've done flag football, and flag's big everywhere now. But yesterday I looked out. They had ages 6 to 14 on the fields, and the fight camp guys see it today. There's football's so big here. There's so many kids that play football. It's pretty awesome. As far as letting the kids in the pads, you know, Bossy 6, he's a small scale on the team, young scale on the team. He's in pads. It might be 2 6s pretty early. Ideally, I think you wait till 10, but Bossy wants to be like his brother, and he's a speedster, so I think he'll be all right. But I think you wait till 10 to put him in pads. Normac, dude, I'd love to get hyped for another Conor fight next year, but I'm going to be so skeptical. That's fair. Cancun said, I've torn both my ACLs, and yes, it just buckles on you. It doesn't hurt, just feels like your knee shifts. I also tore my meniscus on my right knee. His injury tracks. Also didn't have major swelling. Oh, interesting. Yeah, when I tore my meniscus, I had pretty bad swelling, brother. But everyone's different, to your point. Big Rich says, I think Conor's knee gave out like when you're walking, it randomly just goes out, and it's too embarrassed to say that. Yeah, maybe, especially at his age. The Stona just upgraded the pulley from my Hellcat. Game changer. What Hellcat you got, brother? Challenger, I assume? Tofar, Merrick signing, huh? Why does it feel like Ways to Well is having issues getting those lights before? Do you know why? Ways to Well is a monster. They own all the fulfillment places, so they're crushing it. Yeah, no, I still got love for Ways to Well. I'm there tomorrow. They're great. Normac, what other big fights could be made besides Paddy, Ilya, Tom, Ciryl for the end of the year? Hokik, Poton. I think we're going to get that. Nelson the Fireman, any suggestion on how to improve my daughter's batting technique? I've never played baseball, so this is a brand new world to me. She's 10 years old. She's starting late, but she loves softball. No, 10, she's fine, brother. She's fine. God, I'd have to know what's going on, but you can also, like, most kids, because they're afraid of the ball, step out. They step away instead of stepping towards the pitcher. That's usually a big one. Another big one is their elbow's not up. They're down, so they're swinging here. So when the ball comes, they're lifting, then swinging. It's taking too much time. There's a million things. I'd have to know what's going on to help out, brother. Jay Snag, what are the chances of seeing your old school fullbacks back in the NFL? Mike Allstott forever. I don't know, but you're going to see him on my team. We're a power formation team. We run power I. My son's the H-back fullback. It's going to be fun. And we have a big-ass running back. It's going to be fun. SB Youngbloods, I was pumped to hear that you got your ficuses. Let's go. Oh, I'll post pictures of them. I can't wait, dude. I get my hands dirty. I water them bitches every night. Oh, it's nice. Oh, I keep them thirsty. Cody says, hey, B, medic or D-Rod? Unfortunately, medic. That's a nightmare of a matchup for him. You boys got D-Rod? I love D-Rod. I hope I'm rooting for D-Rod. How the UFC went, oh, you just did a training camp in prison? A cartel member held mitts for you? Very cool. Here's Medic in Poland. The fuck? Do we not like D-Rod around here? The guy just came out of a prison. The guy who was teaching him boxing technique is a cartel member. And he's going to beat a top 10 guy? I hope you're right. I fucking hope you're right. I hope you're right.
We'll do a little side bet.
All right. I hope you're right. The Fight Camp boys got D-Rod. I hope you guys are right. Alexander said, Alex, did you hear the crew on Deepwater talking about Prime GSP beating Islam and Prime Silva beating Sean? What's your take? Oof. Prime GSP would beat Islam, yes. Prime Silva beating Sean. Man, I'm so biased because that's my generation. I'd probably agree with them. At Smitty, B, how much for you to fight an MVP and who would you want? If they put on a good card, I don't know. I would like 7 figures. We're talking MMA. I'd fight Jake Paul, Logan Paul. You know, give me one of those big names. Marshall, Bren, your truck crash was insane. What were you thinking when it started rolling? That I shouldn't have done it. I was literally done shooting for the day. My producer's like, hey, one more. I'm like, oh. I was almost home. And I thought, God, I'm an idiot. What if this is the way I go out? My kids are like, what was he doing? Shooting content. Philip, I was on vacation yesterday. Came home this morning. Good rant yesterday, though I heard it on Spotify. Great to have you back. Thanks, brother. Gamma Girl, I was gardening right before this went live. Nothing better. Cody says, lots of Codys in this chat. Yeah. I answered Die Goods. And he says, is public school better for sports? In Texas, it is. LA, not so much. Mikey, I'm a weekend on Burn 2.0. Please tell me your endorsement was an AI. Not AI, brother. Drew Casablanca, did you see the new RAF lineup? We go Bo Nico, Buckley versus Woodley. We got some MMA guys on the scene. Yeah, and they're doing it. They're doing it and getting views, so I hope it does well. David says, my wife is a purple belt, monster in the gym, but has comp anxiety. I want to promote her to brown. Should I listen to her and wait, or treat it like any other student and promote when I feel? Yeah, this is always tough. I always feel like in order to get promoted, like I didn't get promoted to black till I submitted a guy in the UFC. I was on the main card. I was a black belt skill-wise and rolling black belts and doing work on them. And I was like, man, why am I getting my black? And then once I submitted somebody with a legit choke in the UFC at a high level, I got my black. I always believe they should be able to pull it off in competition before you promote them. So I would wait, brother, till she starts excelling in competition. Now, people that don't compete, that's a different story. But if she's competing, I'd wait for competition. That fool, Chris, have you seen Donut Operator was swatted while doing a live stream? Have you spoken with your local PT? Sure, yeah. I don't know anything about that, brother. Papa Bear says, hear me out. Thick Boy 1500, like the Gumball 3000, but from Austin and Calabasas. Building a few spots along the way. Basically have a Thick Boy car meet in each city. That'd be fun. That'd be super fun. Leo, have you been approached by MVP at all? To work for them, yes. Never to fight, though. Devin 33 is down for the Thick Boy 1500. Rafi, what do you think about Till versus Yoel Romero? I love it. I'm rooting for Till. I love his comeback story. Dan, thank you for your donation, brother. Do you think we actually get Jones versus Poton? No. JJ is hinting at it. Who do you think? Who do you got? Ilya versus Paddy? Do you think Ilya should go back down? Hot take. Seems like he has He's too small for 150, a true 155er. Can't believe he thinks he could go up to 170. Have we heard him chill out on the 170? He's way too small for 170. 55 stuff for him too, especially for a bigger guy for Paddy. Dude, surprisingly, I side with Paddy in that fight. And we're never getting John versus Poton, by the way. Mike Spencer Show. Have you heard the broadcast on Zuffa? Seems like Max and Andre Ward mix well. Thoughts? Yeah, they're great, and they've worked together before. Oh, you're saying they don't mix well? That's interesting. I haven't heard it. Big Dog Ryan says, hear me out. Ciryl beats Tom. Disagree. He has tons of confidence going into this fight. I think Tom's on a warpath when he comes back, though. I think he beats the fuck out of him. Slowfit. Bo Nickel going to have his hands full. Max McNeely is a monster. Yeah, but so is Bo. Yeah, I hear you. Omar says, yeah, I sat back while you went off on how Ian thinks people want to hear about his garden. I love gardening. I'm always talking about my garden. My cucumbers, watermelons go crazy, though. Go crazy. Shea Show says, I know the owner of Soldier Sports. They make the tank baseball bats. What's up? When your boys hop back in season for baseball, let us know. I might be able to get a bat or two sent. Oh, I'd love that, dude. Boss DNT starting fall. They're doing baseball and football in the fall. Cody says, I know a guy that would buy a Hellcat Durango. Yeah, me. Jay Luke, that was Connor's PR guy. Definitely going to have some swelling or bruising. Yeah, I hope you're right. Cancun says you should fix up an old 79 F100. I love F100s. Velocity sent me their F100 where they swap and they redo all the chassis, everything. And they swap in a Coyote. God, I love that truck. They're so expensive, though. I think they're like $270,000 for those. They're so sick, though. They make K5s, too. They're so sick. Jake says, all this football and baseball talk is making me miss school. Never thought I'd say that. You probably don't miss school. You miss the sports. I feel you, though, brother. Slowfit, hey, man, that's UFC football. There's no gimmies in this sport. Time for D-Rod to sink or swim. I know, but after a fucking prison stint in Mexico, can we help him out a little bit? Can we rehydrate the guy? His game plans with other cartel members? What are we doing? Big Dog Ryan, Ciryl Gane beats Tom. He's got all the confidence. Don't get middleweight started with Tom. Don't get me started with Tom. He didn't look at his first fight. Oh, come on. You guys are so overhyping that first round when Tom got it, both eyes fucking poked out and kicked in the nuts. Sam, has anyone ever rebounded from a loss better than Paddy? Not that I've ever seen. Eric, welcome to the party. Cody, I couldn't enjoy college football when I was at university. Me neither, brother. Me neither. It was very stressful. And I was so fixated on going to the NFL, I didn't enjoy it. It was a bummer. Devin33 says, prison, mezcal, and mitts, D-Rod. Yep. Abe says, listen to T-Vac K. Of course, Callen defended Ian at first. He came around towards the end. Yeah, you got to realize Callen's not up to date on what's going on, so he'll defend him, and then once you tell him, he's like, oh, that is tough. So don't beat up Callen too much for that. Normac says, I'd rather see Conor fight Masvidal, not Holloway, if anything. Agree. They got to take it easy on him. Stevie G, Morales said he has a fight on the same night as Ian versus Islam goes down. Who do you think he's matched up against? Amasov or Mallet? Amasov. Mill Skill says, how's the hockey down there? I know Tim Kennedy's kid plays. Ever thought about getting the kids in hockey? Coming from Canadian. Now, football and baseball eat up so much time here. The Shea Show. Are your boys still considered big for their age, even in Texas? Just thinking that all those Texas boys are large compared to California. Tiger's a huge 10-year-old. He's big, especially for how well he moves. His footwork is stupid. Thank God, because we always do ladder drills. Bosty's undersized for 6, but he's so fast, and his technique is flawless, so he's going to be fine. Josh says, Yo, B, have you seen those F-250 Shelby Super Bajas? Yeah, that's what I'm talking about. Surprised you don't add one to your garage. They seem like your kind of vibe. They are. They're just so expensive, brother. I can get something else and build it But I do love those. And Hennessy, I think, came out with Super Duty too. So did AV. Oh, they're nice. There's too much cool shit coming out right now. Jay Snag, I got a grade 2 tear in my meniscus a few months back in jiu-jitsu. The Wolverine stack really helped me for a few weeks. You're talking about BBC 157, I assume. The Cleaner, you saw the guy that knocked out Ursig on the last card. He just came off a big suspension for PEDs. Flyweight's crazy right now. Turned into a monster weight class overnight. Flyweight's popping right now. The PED thing's always weird, right? David says, get a Venus flytrap. They're so dope. Only if it was like, you remember My Pet Monster? Or I'm sorry, Little Shop of Horrors? That was like a big Venus flytrap. I like big shit, dude. Can't give me no little Venus flytraps up in here. Cody says, yeah, your kid's still big as shit or what? Tiger's a big cat that can fucking move. Ryan Biting, dude, Sean Strickland pod was deep. It is, and it's heavy. It's heavy. It's hard not to root for the guy after that. Mike Street, always appreciate Mike Allstart's name being mentioned. Tried to run the ball just like him in high school, head down, going forward no matter who gets in the way. And that's what I'm trying to incorporate with the team here. Like tough nose football. So we'll see how that goes. Ralph says, I'm rooting for Tilla as well. I don't know how you can't. Ryan Biting, yo, Bryan, what's up with Paddy looking like a balloon? That's what Paddy does. He blows the hell up. Slowfit, Cam Skatabo is the new Mike Allstar. That's the gentleman from Arizona State now with the Giants. He's a little smaller and he's a tailback, but I hear you. Matt B, how do you like your Cummins? I know you were feeling weird about the inline six, but they're awesome. Mine has a casual 650 horsepower at the wheels. It's the most fun vehicle I've owned. I'm starting to like it more. I need a bigger fuel injector and fuel pump to really get it going. I dig it. Still a V8 fan. I'm not all in on the inline sixes, you know. The Stona, mine's a 2020 all-white Charger, SRT Hellcat, wide body. Oh, I love those. Nothing special. That's pretty special, brother. A few bolt-ons. It's fun as hell, though, yeah? Had to go Charger route for the kiddos. I get it, brother. Good for you. Tofar, hey, B, have you and the kids kicked it old school and just watched the new Masters of the Universe, He-Man? It's free on Prime. We haven't. That He-Man's for us, for like the dads. So hopefully my kids be down, but that's a good recommendation. Omar, we still need Bishop versus Nate Diaz. Let's go. If you want to see a 45-second fight, let's go. I'd beat the brakes off of him. It just is what it is. I'm not hating on him. I would beat the shit out of him. Mikey Mukai, I plant pumpkins every year about this. If you have the space, kids would love it. Oh, that's a good idea, brother. Alex says, sounds like your joint, the Shaman Guild. Have you been listening to a bunch of Matt McCusker lately? You ride around your Hummer at 432 hertz. I don't know what's going on there. Cody, F100s are 250 from Velocity. Yeah. Normac, what if Jake or Masvidal called you and asked if you want to fight Roy again? For my first fight, can I get a warm-up? Roy's been pretty active. Captain 420, Gane has never really been hurt in a fight. No, his distant management and footwork and athleticism keeps him from getting hurt. He got out-grappled by Francis. Don't forget that. He's a white belt. Ryan Biting, Brendan, can we get a Paddy chant? Let's wait for his fight, brother. Giovanni 7, thank you for your donation. Do you think Walter Walker is just exposing how weak heavyweight division ground game is? How far do you think he goes? We'll start to lose once he gets to the top 10. People says, Ian in that interview remind me of Hanato flexing on not taking free money. It's like, brother, you know you sound stupid, right? Yeah, that was a tough take too. Big Rich, hey, B, you ever listen to old podcasts? Sometimes listen to pre-COVID stuff because it was hella funny. You and Bryan were so much more crazy. I've been listening since the beginning. Super funny. No, I haven't. I don't listen to anything I do. I feel you. It was just a different time, different vibes back then in L.A. We've also grown up, but I hear you. I'll be straight on. We're not as fun anymore. We're just not. Bryan's 70. I'm 40. You know, Bryan's legit 70. I'm 40. I got 3 kids. Yeah, I feel you, though, brother. Those were the good days. Jay Snag, why was Bryan ball protecting Ian so much? Bryan needs to give his head a wobble at times. Big love to Callen. Bryan's just not, like, when I told him, like, have you listened to the Ian Garry interviews? He's like, no, what happened? It's like, okay. And then when I show him or educate him on it, he's like, oh, yeah, that's not good. So you got to give Bryan the benefit of the doubt. Clam Cocktail, what would it take for Herb Dean to lose his gig as a ref? I know it's out of the UFC's hands, but what are the steps to go through for something like that to happen? If he has more mess-ups, more controversy, they're not going to want to deal with it because you don't want the fight to be more about the ref than as the fighters. That would get him less and less matchups, especially in main events and main cards. Sam, if Hamzat was to ever move to heavyweight, how far do you think he makes it? Not far at all. If he doesn't win a single fight. How do you think a fight between him and Gable Stevens goes? He beats the absolute piss out of him. Does Hamzat win with his experience? Nope. He gets beat within 2 minutes. Slurp, do you think John ever comes back? No. No, I don't. Andrew, after listening to T-Fat K, what would be victim weight for you in the UFC? Any of the champs giving you problems outside the heavyweights or light heavyweights? I don't think so. Victim weight. So if those of you miss finding kid, Bryan says he's under 200 pounds, and I said that's victim weight. Anybody under 200 pounds, I don't even see. I don't see weight unless you're over 200. Sean Strickland would be a handful. But you're talking about like the night he weighs in at 185 because he walks around at 220, so you know he's a big boy. Abe, did you give your thoughts on Till versus Yoel? Yeah, I'll take Till. Yankees, welcome to the party. Brent Davis says, I don't understand why only this live buffers constantly. I can switch videos, no problem. Go to any other site, other YouTube videos, no issues. But for some reason, this buffers like every 30 seconds. Is anybody else having that problem?
Yeah, let us know because we have excellent connection.
Rafi says, I bet your youngest hits a growth spurt and could possibly pass up your oldest. I know my little brother is bigger than I am height-wise, but I'm a big brown like yourself. Yeah, Bossy has a huge foot. I think he's going to be like me and so Tiger's going to be bigger than me. I think Bossy's going to be more like my brother, like 6'2", 6'3", but fast. Papa Bear, what is your actual daily driver? My AV Ram 2500, fully deleted. We're about 700 horsepower. But again, I'll get a bigger fuel pump injectors on there. Hopefully get up to 800 something. I got a bigger turbo on there as well. CFC Matt, thank you for your donation. Big up from the UK. Any chance of Big Brown breakdown in the UK? Oh, I would love to. It's just a time thing. We'll do a Big Brown live here in Austin. You down for that, Chin?
Of course.
We'll do a Big Brown live here in Austin for like a really big card. We'll figure it out though. But international's tough for me to travel, brother. I just turned down a commentating gig because I can't. My weekends are booked till November because of football. It's tough, man. Yankees, my first ever YouTube subscription. Watch you for about 3 years now. Thoughts on Walter Walker? 5 submissions in a row with leg kicks. Him versus Gable. Not yet for Gable. That's a tough outing for Gable for his second fight. I don't like it. Super dangerous. There's not a huge upside for Gable there either. Not yet. John says, morning B team. Late, but did I miss any BMX talk? You're talking about we literally spent an hour talking about BMX bikes. I still got to post Tiger's BMX bike for you guys. I'll do it today. He was tired after practice today because we did so much conditioning, so he didn't want to go on his bike ride, which I understand, but I'll do it. Mike says, got to plant the pumpkins now. Dude, I'll post my plants. I'll post the BMX bike if you guys want to see them. That fool Chris says, I don't know, B. Nate Diaz just might volume punch you. Yeah. Dan says, do you really think Till wins? That's going to be a tough fight. Tough fight. I just believe it's Till's time. I really do. He's in a good frame of mind. Yeah, I just think it's his time. Patrick says, have you ever been to Disneyland on Halloween? I'm taking the family this year. Any advice, recommendations? Get there early. Get the fast pass. Make sure you go to the Haunted Mansion first. It's so packed. It's awesome. Halloween's so fun there. It's so crowded, though, brother. Get ready. Rafi says, I'm 6 foot, 295 pounds. Ooh, thick boy. Solid except the beer belly. I could lose 40. Dude, get on you some trizepatide. Marsh says, Nate would never accept that fight. Bren, don't blame him either. Yeah, no. It's not happening. Oh, Cody, good fucking call. Gane was dropped by Tai Tuivasa. Facts. That did happen. Got it. Yeah. The nut hugging on Ciryl Gane, I'll never understand it. I don't get it. Even from the UFC, how many fucking title shots you can give him? Let me get this straight. He pokes Tom Aspinall in the eyes. Dude has to have double eye surgery, and he gets kicked in the nuts. And they're like, damn, that's terrible. We're going to reward you with an interim heavyweight belt at the White House. And then we're going to reward you. Fighting in France to defend your interim title against the actual champ in Tom Aspinall. What world are we living in? I don't get it. Scoop, Strickland said on Sean Ryan that his wife made him sign a prenup before she would marry him. Sean, nah. She made him sign a prenup, like, to protect him, or is she balling? Like, I haven't got to that part of the podcast yet. Mill Skill says, Hokett was throwing shots at Walter. Think we see that over Poton? No. He's too hot right now. I think you would dog walk Walter as well. Christina, do you ever get fighters reaching out to you upset if you have a hot take or opinion about them? Yes, all the time. The Shea Show, do you think fighter like Tommy Guns think they can be a world champion, or do they turn up the personality to try to get the big money fights and bounce? It's too early to tell. He has the mentality for it, but his style, again, this is why I say pump the brakes. He has the style where you're like, okay, there's some potential there, but that style, like in his current condition against the elite guys, he gets pieced up. But he shouldn't be fighting the elite guys. He needs to go through the trials and tribulations as a up and coming prospect before we just throw him in the deep end. But he checks a lot of boxes. But again, let him cook. Why rush him? Big Dog Ryan says, we better be careful with the Ian talk. His wife is going to track us down and make Ian watch. Captain 420, Gane's ground game has gotten a lot better since Jones and Francis. He has worked on his takedown defense a lot more. Also, he got good heel hook. His heel hook is not good, brother. How dare you? He's not that bad on the ground. Not world class, though. Far from it. Listen, he was a two-stripe white belt when he fought Francis. His grappling was terrible. So let's say he's a blue belt now. He still ain't keeping up with Tom on the ground. You're out your goddamn mind. Eric says, so after that bomb-ass Darce Anaconda submission, who's next for Paddy, Ilya or Arman? I think Ilya. Arman, I don't think so. I think Ilya, and if not Ilya, if Ilya's not ready to go, I could see them doing Max. Paw Bear says, Paddy has gotten bigger, not just fat, but packed on more muscle. Do you think he could hang with Islam? I feel like his grappling is a factor in that fight. Oof, that's a tough one for him. Stylistically, that's very tough for him. CFC Matt, welcome to the club. J. Luke says, man, Sean Strickland would stand a chance with you. It's tough, man. I don't know about that one. All right, this one's for Chin. Tofar says, Chin, how's the health? What's the updates? How was it with Ways to Well?
Good. They got me on BPC 157 now, so I'm happy about that.
Oh, nice, man.
It didn't come yet, but it's coming soon.
All right, good. Omar says, shout out to Stona for letting us know about the Strickland pod. It was great. Yes, it was. Marsh says, let's get Jay Schaub on here. Yeah, I'd be down. He just has to come to Austin. We got to get his ass to Austin and see his nephews. Omar says, are the other videos you're trying pre-recorded videos because your connection might just be bad and can't keep up with the live video? Oh, that's for that dude having issues. Tiberios Tongues, welcome to the party. Tough name. Keep going down, Chin. So we started at 11. We'll go to 12:30, kids. Okay, here we go. What's up, bro? When are you going to pull up to Nashville? When I get a chance, brother. SB Youngbloods, what a blessing it is to turn down gigs because you're busy building memories and raising your kids. Well done, sir. Thanks, brother. Yeah, it's not the best for the bank account, but it's just what you got to do, man. It's not all about money. Dan, any plans to come to Canada, Vancouver specifically? Nothing as far as traveling, guys. I can't leave because of the kiddos' football. Curtis says, T5K is as great as ever. I don't know about that, but we're trying our best. I've listened to it from the beginning, the Patreon supporter as well. Keep up the good entertainment here. Thank you, brother. Andrew says, love that you turn down gigs to be there for your kiddos. Seems to me like you have your priorities right. I feel like it. Because you're not getting it back, brother. You don't have a lot of time with those kids when they're young. Shay Show, you taking the fam to see Odyssey or Spider-Man? Definitely not Odyssey. The kids wouldn't be down for that. Maybe Spider-Man. They're not that into it. They haven't said anything. Dan Farley, I'm OD Green Diamondback Viper. Those are ridiculous. Did you see the Coppermouth Dodge is coming out with? Have you seen that? They leaked it today, like a trailer of it. Buddy, that thing looks spicy. Sam says, who do you think wins out of Acosta and Blades? I like Acosta in that fight. Blades hasn't looked good in his past few fights. Yeah, agree. Acosta is going to be tested in the grappling department, but agree. Blades has looked like he lost a step. I love Blades, right? Trains with my old team, so I have a soft spot for Blades. I'd like to see him win, but that's a tough fight for him. Jake says, man, these streams and chat are the best. Makes my lunch break so much better. Good, brother. What's for lunch? Omar says, nothing would make me happier than seeing Till just put Romero out cold. I've been over the Romero toss-ups for a while now. He fought a slap fighter in DBX in one of his fights. Yeah, he's been fighting the elite competition. Till's definitely been fighting, I guess, better competition, but I like Till in that, especially the longer it goes. Rafi, I get this all the time. Saw you promoting the Burn 2.0. Is that really you or AI? It's me. Oh, Gamer Girl says, Strickland said his wife's family has FU money. Good for Strickland, dude. Good for Strickland. Tiber says, is he reading the comments off YouTube or another platform? YouTube, baby. Marshall, Tom TKO's gone second round. I like that, or submission. CFC Matt, thank you for your donation. Any new builds coming up? Will you ever go in on Supras, R34s? I need you to add a RB26 or one of your trucks. Oh, listen, the Hummer with the LS has been a nightmare. I'll have it probably by the end of next week. It'll be here. That thing's gonna be cool. Let me get my beak wet on that. The project of my Jeep 392 converted to 427 is just underway. I actually got to go up to Texas Speed Performance on Thursday to shoot with that. So the Jeep with the 427 conversion and the Hummer with the LS conversion, those are two projects right now. Then after that, I am going to get back into cars. That's the plan. Ryan Byting says, I don't know if this is a hot take, but if Addy is the only exciting BJJ guy in the UFC, is Addy? Same Paddy? Exciting BJJ guy? Yeah, he's pretty fun. Tiber says, hey, this is off topic. Just want to say that you're an amazing father to your kids and wife, but especially that little girl. Being a girl dad is such a special bond you're doing. Thanks, brother. Appreciate you. Devo, late to the party. Happy to be here. Welcome, brother. Never late. Omar, Ciryl Gane has a great fighting style. For him, for the fans, no. He's a heavyweight kickboxer who always puts on a show in his fights. Very creative. Spinning wheel kicks at 260 is something special, and he loves to fight. I don't know if he's an actual fighter. I think he's a really good athlete. It's still debated if he's an actual fighter. I think he's a really, really talented fighter. His fighting style, he's going to be around for a long time because he doesn't take punishment, and his footwork is so good and he's so athletic. So we'll see. The Stoner, Schaub Pope to kill Tony soon, bro. I hear you. Going Grounds podcast, I don't get the Gane hype either. I was debating this with my chat, and some of them just won't give up the glaze on the first round with Aspinall. Yeah, people are too focused on that first round. PP or Papa Bear says, on the whole topic of Gane being rewarded, it's a sign of the state of the heavyweight division. If they had other options, they would use them, but there's no one. Hoka is the great white hope. Facts. Kamakoti, Hokett's white? I don't know what he is. He might be like me, just a tan white boy. Oh, this is a good one. Devo the Dupe says, speaking of bigger, have we seen Jamal Hill lately? My God. He just has a gut, huh? Mikey says, have your kids seen Rad? R-A-D?
It's an old school BMX movie.
No, they have not.
Yeah.
Omar, do y'all have birds there? Like in Texas? Bro, I got vultures out front of my house. And I ain't talking about some bullshit LA vultures. I'm talking Disney Jumanji vultures. Like, worried they're going to pick Basti up and steal them size. They're big.
They're talking about the audio. So it jumped to it connected to my Bluetooth instead of playing. So
yeah, Chim fucked
my
up.
bad.
It's all good. Stevie G says, let's be honest, most people are victims to Schaub. You're talking about victim weight? Yeah, I was just being silly with Callen. Normac says, honestly, God, everyone wants to see me fight. Normac says, I'd honestly like to see you get a warm-up fight and then fight Kane since you wanted that fight back in the day. I think it'd be interesting. I'd be down for that. Sean, what up, brownies? I'm late, but here. All good, man. That full Chris says, all right, now we're going to have to run that again, but with
today.
audio.
Not today.
Gamer Girl says, this is why watching live is best. Yeah. Austin, thanks for your donation. Do you catch the debut of Gabe Owners on PFL a few weeks ago? Dude is crazy impressive. I did not. Yeah, I don't watch a lot of PFL. I hate to admit it. I don't. Scoops is cool. Says, do you guys ever talk to Kat anymore? Is she still busy selling her soul?
Oh, dear.
I don't think she's selling her soul. I don't talk to her. I try not to look at her Instagram, right, when she has, like, ass pics and stuff. She's killing it, though, man. We love her. Do you talk to her, Chin?
Just
I
through
don't.
text.
Yeah, no, I don't.
She was in Austin, like, not too long ago.
She's doing good, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm sure. Captain 420, heavyweight is different in 2026, not as high-level fighters. Yeah, it's a bum right now. Sean J. Murph says, not sure if it was mentioned already, but with Conor doing leg extensions, I had a meniscus repair surgery this year. Those were part of my pre- and post rehab, mainly focused on the quad strength. Fair. Kamakoti, Drew Brees went to Lake Travis. Is that right? No, sir. No, sir. He went to Westlake, which is like our rival school. We had, what's his name? Mayfield. Mayfield went here. We had a bunch of cats. Nate Dogg, morning, sir. What do you think of Ian Garry's new destruction of his own image? I used to call out Ian haters, but now he even got me with this one. Agree. I can't defend him on this. The worst PR I've ever seen to get ready for a fight. And it's all we're talking about. Nobody's talking about Islam. Nobody's talking about Ian's greatness inside that octagon. All he's doing is ruining his brand. I do not get it. I don't get it.
By the way, Josh Hoke is half Mexican, apparently. His mom's Mexican.
That's why he has good cardio. Slow Fit, any new show recs? Yes. Task on HBO. Anyone seen it? It's freaking good. I binge watched it the last few nights. Me and wifey did. It's so good. Sean J. Murph, I didn't have an ACL tear, but pretty bad bucket handle tear. That's terrible. Had the extensions really helped my mobility before surgery? Conor may have had his knee drained, so we won't see swelling. Fair point. Yeah, you're probably right. Shout out to Dr. Trent Nestler from the Athlete Lab. Common Cody, by the time your kids are in high school, you've spent 75% of the time you'll ever spend with them. Can't get that time back. Hug and spent time in those kiddos. Yes, sir. Yep. My kids are the only time I'm ever present, and I don't think about like the next day or next week. When I'm with them, it's the only time I've ever been present in my life. Oatson says, did you all talk about that Joshua fight? Yeah, he got dropped, yeah? Twice.
Yeah, he got dropped bad.
He got dropped twice bad. Big Dog Ryan, Brendan, who you got? David Martinez, Dan Ige. I think Martinez is going to get a title shot eventually. He's a dog. Yeah, I take Martinez. You know, Dan Ige's older, takes a lot of damage. Martinez is a beast. Paddy says, made it back for the end. How much BMX talk did I mix? God, people love the BMX talk. Yeah, me too. I went down I got done with you guys. I got home that night. I went on Facebook Marketplace. I was looking for that Fat Boy Specialized. Not a lot of them out there. Oh, Dan Farley says, not a Dodge Viper, a Diamondback Viper. I'm talking BMX, baby. Look that one up. They had fat frames like the Specialized Fat Boy. Look it up, Chin. God, I want to get one, or is it a waste of money? My big ass at 40 is cruising around on BMX. Is that frowned upon? Fight Camp Boy says no. Louis Trejo says, Ian Garry comes out as non-binary on the mic if he wins the belt. Can you imagine? Capone says, yo, I'm late as shit. All good, man. Dan says, you live in Texas, right? If I ever come that way, could I meet up to say hi? Absolutely. Hit me up, brother. Abe says, whole lot of gone glaze in this chat. Yeah, I don't get it. I dude, and usually I get it. Like, even if I don't like a fight, I'm like, I get it. With him, I don't get it. I don't get it. Not a knockout artist. Not the most exciting heavyweight. I don't get it. Hits guys in the back of the head, fouls all the time, and we're just all cool with it. Poked the champ in the eye twice, had to get surgery. People hate on Tom more than they hate on Gane. I do not get it. The world is upside down. It's Stranger Things. We're in upside down. I'm a fat kid with no teeth. Mr. Blake says, how do you see the Garcia-Ben fight going? I think Garcia stops him. I'm not that high on Ben. Never have been. Where are we at? Oh, there we go, Chin. Got it? Yeah. Mike Street says, I got some big boys too. 11-year-old is 5'3", 120 pounds. My 8-year-old is 5 foot and just over 100 pounds. That's a big-ass 8-year-old, dude. Boxing, baseball, football, keeping these boys busy. Yeah, you got to. You got to. After Showbut later says, Hokit, dad is white. His mom is Mexican. So Hokit's basically my kids. Because my kid's white. Wifey's Mexican. I'm white. They're little Hokits. J. Luke, if you ever fight again, I'm in the front row supporting. Thanks, brother. Normax says, anybody remember Lords of Dogtown? That was in Venice. Or Grind, skater movies back in the day. Hell yeah. SB Youngblood says, hey, man, nobody watches PFL. Yeah, I know. Stevie G says, 8-ounce steak, 4 ounces of rice, hopefully white rice, a double scoop protein shake, and I'm trying to get to at least 190, but not too soft. Appreciate the Instagram post about your stack as well. Yeah, people are asking about the stack, so I figured I'd post it. But we can go deep into that. That's not the place for Instagram. We can go deeper into the stacks. Mike Street says, Tom beats the shit out of Gane. Couldn't care less about that fight, but Tom's going to have his day. Yeah, see, I want that fight for Tom. I do care about it. Captain 420 says, best heavyweights are in the NFL. Correct. Marshall says, I'm stacking Callen if I ever see him for his nubby comments. Thanks, bro. Stevie G, if you could help Ian with his PR, what steps would you take? Oh, I would drop the whole wife thing. I would drop the whole victim thing. I would talk about how he needs to lean into, he is an arrogant dude. and that's fine, and we can run with it. God damn, that bike is dope. That Specialized is sick. That Fat Boy's sick. 375, not terrible. Where are they at? All right, might have to get one. Yeah.
You know you find it.
Yeah, back to where was I? Oh, there we are. Back to Ian Garry's PR. Again, he has this, not delusional, because the motherfucker can fight. He needs to lean into more on how he's going to take over the division, how he's the future, how he's the toughest matchup for guys, how he's going to beat the number one pound-for-pound guy in the world. Just wait and see. I'm going to prove all the haters wrong. Like, he needs to focus on that. This whole women should run the world, I cried during Disney. Buddy, don't get me started, dude. I see what you guys are doing. Don't get me started. That motherfucker needs help. David, thank you for your donation. Did you see Mike Perry and Dylan Dance agree to fight in MMA? Who do you think wins? Also, I ordered my Big Brown shirt yesterday. Can't wait to get it, brother. Awesome. Please send it to me so I can repost it. Yeah, I saw Mike Perry and Dylan Dance. A lot of people thinking Dylan Dance is just going to submit him. I disagree. Mike Perry's a savage in there, man. He's a dog. And if your only way to win is by submission, you got to get there first. I'm not saying he's for sure going to win, but that's a fun fight. That's not an easy fight. Fat Boy Chromoli.
That's cheap though.
280. I like the Fat Boy in it. I like the Fat Boy. Those pegs are rusted, but I can fix that. I need to find one on Facebook Marketplace and just roll up to somebody in Austin and pick it up. Shipping's a nightmare. All right, let's keep going. Oatson says, ever going to get back into fishing or just fish? Do you ever talk about Chappelle anymore? Any chance of him as guest on? No, I haven't talked to Chappelle in a hot second. I'm sure he's doing his thing out there in L.A. He's so talented. As far as fish, I want a fish tank in here. I love my fish. Can't have them in the house anymore. Wifey's not having it. Very Ian Garry of me, but I can't have fish in the house anymore. SB Youngblood's task was good. Loved my man Cranston Cole in there. Yeah, he's great. Comic Cody says task is fire. So good. Mike Street, what's a bigger heartbreak? Connor's knee or Tom's eye? Connor's knee. That was terrible. Kevin Plunkett, new series to watch, The Hawk with Will Ferrell. Something just turned me off on it. I love Will Ferrell, but there's something there. It just, I don't know what it is. It's just kind of cringy. Is it like a shitty Happy Gilmore? I have no desire to watch it. Dela Cruz, could Ian just be rage baiting us so he gets views, or is it just bad PR? Listen, usually I can smell rage baiting. I'm usually all for it. I get it. But it's taken the narrative away from his actual competition. You know what I'm saying? Like, Hokit rage baits, right? The Michelle Obama. He knew that was going to steal the show. He knew that was going to get people talking about him. That's different. What Ian's doing, you're like, oh, I can't root for this guy. But it's not like I can't wait to watch him lose. It's like, I don't want to see him compete. It's such a bad look. Cody says Matt Hoffman is Oklahoma native. Yeah, he's a badass. Chris says, do you think Ian Garry's favorite thing about fighting is going to sit in the corner of a stool? Mikey, I'll send pics of my pumpkins over the years. What's the email again? thefireandthekid@gmail.com. D. Scott, damn, I'm super late, but I have to wait for my punk-ass boss to leave. Yeah, get your boss in here. Get him to subscribe. Tell him I said what's up. Jermaine says, I would have killed to have my dad on BMX bikes with my bro and me. Yeah, that's what I'm going to do it, dude. You just convinced me. That's going to be sick. D. Scott, all top 10 heavyweights in your class when you were fighting would destroy him. Gane, yes, correct. Comic Cody says, I think my wife's jealous. Spends so much time and money on my kids. Oh, well, at least her ex doesn't plan my meals and make me sit in the corner and watch. Yeah. Slurp says, not going to lie, I haven't seen what Garry said or did. Pretty casual on my part, but what did he do? Oh, buddy. You just, I can't do it justice. You got to look into it and get back to us. Get off this, go watch it, and then jump back in. Tell me what you think. Normax says, Aspinall with starch gone. Yep. Abe says, yo, what do you think of the last recent episode of House of Dragons? Christian Cole. House of Dragons been killing it. Killing it. Right up there with Game of Thrones. Seasons 1 through 5. Roger Ryan says the PFL has had some great fights lately. They do. And they have some good fighters. Paddy says, I know I missed loads of the show, but did you say how you think Joshua vs. Fury goes? Who knows, dude? They're both so old at this point. They both look like shit in those warm-up fights. I don't know. I don't know. As it gets closer, I'll break it down. I lean towards Joshua, but I'm rooting for Fury, if that makes sense. Oatson says, if you had to manage or coach of any current fighter, who would you pick? Tommy Guns. I'd take a young kid with a lot of talent. Make him the right moves. Make sure they don't rush him. Going Grounds podcast. What do you think about McGregor saying his next fight will be his last dance? Last dance in the UFC, but he'll jump over to MVP. Captain 420. I'm not glazing Gane, just saying the UFC heavyweight is bad in spot in 2026. Gable seems to have beat them all with just wrestling, while 2010 everyone had great wrestling. Or at least counter wrestling, like we had answers for it, you know? It's just a different world now. Abe says, I thought Brendan said, I'm going to have Ian drop his wife. No, we don't go that crazy, but he maybe stop listening to her and then repeat it in interviews. Stevie G, yes, sir. Got my t-shirt. Good, man. Yeah, it's bigbrownlive.com for the tees. D. Scott, if you're going to design your own brand of BMX bikes, what would you call it? Well, these Specialized Fat Boys, I'd just call it, link up with Specialized. I've worked with them before and call it the Thick Boy and have a thick frame and have pegs on the front and back so kids can bring their buddies on it. The full Chris, Dolphins also make me cry. Hilarious. Tofar says, B, like with Ian, am I the only one that has been or seen weird, stranger, danger people in just about every gym? Ian needs to fix it before it trickles down to the kids. Oof. Oof. Jesse, you're late. All good, brother. Dan, what did you say the website for merch? It's bigbrownlive.com.
I'll throw it up again.
Patrick says, hit the like button. Yes, sir. Kevin Plunk says, the Hawk is definitely cringy, but entertaining and is for sure a copy of the old Happy Gilmore. Yeah, that's right. Happy Gilmore's up there for me. Jesse the Plumber, I'm late, so off the subject, but if Sean and Hamzat fight again, like you say, if Hamzat wins, do they fight third in a row? Probably, but I don't think Hamzat beats him. Marshall, Gary's wife makes him sit to pee. Definitely seems like it. Dick Gibber finally made it to the chat. What up, dog? D. Scott, did you see Till versus Romero? Sure did. Lewis has been waiting to get in the gym and get some weight on me. What's a good starting workout routine? Never been weights or gym guy. Always have done track and field or cross country. I'm eating potatoes, bench, deadlifts, pull-ups. Take it from there. Don't overcomplicate it. 45 minutes in and then get out. Normac, they should make Holloway versus Hooker. Hooker already has a fight. Oh, thank you, Tim, for adding that to the chat. D. Scott, random, where did you first see Wifey and how did you shoot your shot? She was working for the UFC. I was there doing promo for a fight or something. The UFC brought me in for a signing. She walked in and I started talking to her and she's like, I'll lose my job if I date a fighter. I'm like, just come out with me. She was in LA. She's like near LA. I'm like, just come to dinner with me. You know he's going to find out. And she's like, I can't. I don't lose my job. It's too important. I said, how much you making? And she said, I don't know, $100,000. I said, listen, I'll tell you what. If you want to date with me and we get caught and you get fired, I'll cover your salary for a year. Now, I did not have the money and I lied, but it worked out. It worked out. I definitely could not afford that. Thank God she didn't get fired. Normac says, do you think it's possible to make a good MMA movie without looking off as far as technique? It's tough. The Warrior's probably the closest to it, but it's tough, man. Marshall, hey, Chin, can I get your email one last time?
AskChinSuyi@gmail.
Kevin Plunkett, what's the hardest punch you ever landed on someone in fight or training or street fight? I landed a pretty hard punch on Stipe in training. I'll leave it at that. Tofar, B, you said Volkswagen or near and dear. Have you ever considered the old Golf Turbo Diesel TDIs or any diesel sedans? Not really, but I hear you. I'm into it all, man. I like it all. Big Rich, you should make a meat and potatoes ebook workout plan for some people. Let's have a member challenge who can get the most jacked. That's fun. I'd be down. It'd be 2 pages long, though. Dela Cruz, so B, what'd you hear about Hamzat that make you never want to bet on? Not my story to tell, brother. You know me, I don't kiss and tell. That's for Nick Sick to tell you guys. Dig Gibber, Ian should fight Conor. If he were to lose this one, but if he wins, you can't be the champ fight Conor. That wouldn't make sense. Stevie G, just frickin' tell us what Sean's coach said about him and Hamzat. Blinkfit means Sean beat his ass in the gym every time. And that's buddies. Imzavu says, B, you often complain about your teeth. Just got my first one pulled last week. Why don't you get dental implants? Just curious. I just avoid it like the plague. I hate the dentist. As a kid, I hated the dentist. I just don't do it. I just deal with it. It's the least of my worries. I don't care. You know, I should. My wife's like the biggest teeth person, but I just don't care. Normac, do you ever have to get tall sizes for clothes? I'm 6'2" and struggle with regular size shrinking. No, I don't have to get tall sizes. Thank God. We got 10 minutes left, kids, so submit your questions now. But no, especially now, like the boxy style that's in, they're oversized, which are perfect for me. So like First Form, this is First Form. They're my favorite shirts, not just because I work with them. They're even if I don't work with them, I work with another brand. I'm going to have to tape over the logos because I absolutely love their shirts. The Full Violence, like box cuts, they're oversized. So a double X is big for me. So that's what you can do. It's easy. Kevin Plunk, could Strickland move up and go for a belt? Probably not. Omar, dentist sucks. Yes. Jay Little says, I told my coworkers that Ian said but acted like it was my hot take just to see the response. They asked if I've gone crazy. Yeah. Dick Gibber, True Classic Tall. Yeah, those are good too. I have a bunch of True Classics. We work with them forever. Funny story about Ryan who started True Classic. He started it. He moved into our studios in Calabasas. That's when he very first started it. He moved there because he's a fan of the show and found out where we're at. So he moved down the hall from us. And then probably 2 years later, he pulls up in Ferrari. I'm like, what the hell's that? He's like, oh, I sold part of the company. Scrooge McDuck rich now. Nobody works harder. Very smart guy. Common Cody says, had to go work for a few minutes. What did I miss? Did Ian come out as trans yet? That fool Chris, give us an update on Golden Hour. When are you going to be on? I don't know. I need to figure out. You got to talk to those boys. Didn't they had Adam Carolla fill in for me. He was way better than me. Adam Carolla is amazing. He's an OG. Normac, ever try the Fresh Clean Teas brand? No. And
we're at that bottom right now.
Oh, I'm at the bottom?
Yep.
Jay Little says, yeah, man, this work shit's really interrupting the stream. Alex, great question. To bounce off Kevin's question, do you think we're getting to the tail end of people chasing a 2 to 3 division champ? Yes. Conor started it, and people saw how much money he got and notoriety and attention he got. But now you're starting to see how tough it is. You're starting to see guys kind of back off. Oh my God, Jesse the Plumber. I think about this more than once a week. How much of a superstar would Kimbo be in BKFC was around sooner? Can you imagine? Can you imagine? This is so random. I think about Kimbo fighting in BKFC in his prime. He'd be a superstar, right? Especially coming from YouTube if he was around then. And I think about Reggie Bush if he was in the NFL now. Because you think guys like Christian McCaffrey, like now there's not really a 3-down running back. You got to be able to catch out of the backfield and in the slot. Reggie Bush would be a first ballot, bona fide Hall of Famer if he was in today's game. I think about that once a week. I'm weird. D. Scott, what about youth sports merch for kids like Army sleeves? My son's 9. He plays football also. Yeah, I just reached out to a company based out in LA because I need undershirts for my team, and we don't have them. I want us to look like the team. Normac, thoughts on Islam being the first triple champ? 85, not happening. Too small. 45, not happening. Too big. So it's not happening. Captain 420, you're a podcast OG too. Yeah, I've been around a while. I'm not like Adam Carolla OG or Rogan or Mark Maron, but I've been around a fucking hot second. Papa Bear says, we've seen 3 guys in a row move up and get outclassed. Do you think this will deter guys from going to try this route? I think too many people have been chasing double champ or a new beginning. Yeah, it's very, very tough. It's especially going up 2 weight classes. It's just not possible. Dick Gibber says, Ian Garry versus testosterone. Buddy. Imzavu says, B, you see how big Paddy is again? Yeah, he loves him some food, man. He's never missed weight, though, so can't be mad at him. Jay Little says, all the bike talk last week has my son and I putting the miles on our bikes. Average around 8 to 10 after work. Love that, dude. Yeah, my kids love riding their bikes. I need to get a BMX and do it with them. Sean J. Murphy. Ian's cooked, bro. It's going to be a while. It's going to be a while to salvage the damage he's done. Tofar says, B, are you down? Darkwing Duck comic to display at the studio? If so, how can we make that happen? I'll be at Ways to Well next week. Let's meet up. Normac, where's Nick been lately? He does all the cuts for me and stuff, but like for this, we don't need him. Like if he's chiming in, it distracts me from answering questions, and my goal is to answer all of them, so it just slows us down. So me and Chin got it. Yana Hippie, only a few minutes left. Hit the like button. Yes, appreciate you guys. Dick Gibbert, Ian needs a line of bikes with no seats. He eats Snickers upside down to feel the veins on his tongue. After Jiu-Jitsu says, I think about Reggie Bush and the Saints. Felt like he was there forever. Just sad to see he only spent a few years. Yeah. Dolphins, Bills, Lions. Yeah. Reggie was the man. He just came too early. Alex says, do you think it'd be beneficial for O'Malley to drop weight class? No. He should go up, not drop. Sticky Icky Ricky says, Poetan will be our first triple champ. A few more fights at heavyweight. I don't know. I don't like him at heavyweight. He looked like shit. I don't think so. Dan, early prediction. Who you got winning the Super Bowl this year? Rams. Dick Gibber's going hard on Ian. Ian likes bananas for the shape only. Yeah. Normac, I'd love to see Poetan be triple champ, just a tough road, the toughest. He's not a heavyweight. That's the thing, guys. Like, Rogan talks about this. You hear all the guys talk about weight cutting. We need to get rid of it. I disagree. Poetan's optimal weight is 205. Does that make sense? Merab's optimal weight is 145. You know, like there's certain guys where they gotta be at that the weight cut. That's where that's where their skill set is the best. Sean Strickland 185. Yeah, Merab's the beast at 35. I'd like to see him at 45. Volkanovski's optimal weight is 45, not 55. Optimal, where they're at their prime, is there's weight classes for a reason. I hate when people go against weight classes. We got a minute 50, kids. Normac, do you like the NIL shit in college ball, or are you over it? I'm over it. I think they got to figure that out. It's ruining the sport, especially my CU buffs. They're completely corrupt. Nelson, the fireman, it's too bad they don't have a 225 weight class. Agree, there's just not enough big guys at 205 or heavyweight to make another class. Omar, no, I know Merab's a 35er. I think his ideal weight be at 45. DV 3 pounds says, bro, Alexander Topuria is being slept on at 135. He's a monster. He gets overshadowed because of his brother, right? Jay Little, I seen a crazy stat that Arman has only one fight since UFC 300. He needs a fucking fight, man. D. Scott says, Ian sounds like he eats corn on the cob from the front. 45 seconds, kids. Austin says, I heard you guys talk about Ian versus Conor. Didn't they just put out footage of them playing around Bryan Callen style a few months back? Would they even make that fight, you think? Ian's fighting for titles. Conor's fighting for money. Normac, Volk versus Merab or Volk versus Arman? Volk versus Merab. I don't like Volk at 55. Paddy says, we do need Merab back. Most active champ. Jan also hasn't had a fight since winning sucks. Weird. What part of the world is he from? All right, that's my time, kids. Dick Jeffer says Ian's fighting for his manhood. Buddy, yeah, I'm telling you, it's so bad. So bad. Listen again, my girl. She goes, we're back Thursday and Friday. Same time, same place. That's right. Tap the like button. John says, not much BMX talk, but okay. I know, dude. Bring it on, dude. Bring it fucking on. I love some BMX. I'm going to start looking for those Specialized Fat Boys. I'm going to get one so I can ride around with my kids. All right, guys. Love you. That's my time. Like, subscribe, do all the stuff. Appreciate you guys. The super chat. You guys are the absolute best. Somebody find out if Black Ross is still alive for me. Can you please do that? He's missed 2 now, and he's starting to worry me. All right, guys. That's it, man. Love you guys. I'm Big Brown. I'll see you Thursday, 11 a.m. Central. I'm out.